Hey, hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me. In this video, I'm going to be summarizing the fact that reptilians rule the Earth and our governments. And later in the video, which is the interesting stuff, I'm going to be talking about the Moon-Saturn matrix. So stay tuned for that. Queen Elizabeth has been seen multiple times looking much different than her normal self. Most recently, there were sightings during the celebration for her 90th birthday party. There was a parade in Whitehall attended by the royal family and other politicians. BBC Two covered the parade, and soon after, #ReptilianQueen entered Twitter's top 10 trending hashtags. So there were multiple accounts of seeing Queen Elizabeth with green scaly claws and black snake-like eyes, which we have photo evidence for. However, as the trending topic began attracting attention, the tweets with the Reptilian Queen hashtag and the accounts behind them began to disappear. Now, Princess Diana's personal confidant, Christine Fitzgerald, has a lot to say about this. The Queen Mother, she says, now that's a serious piece of wizardry. The Queen Mother is a lot older than people think. To be honest, the royal family hasn't died for a long time. They have just metamorphosized. It's a sort of cloning, but in a different way. They take pieces of flesh and rebuild the body from one little bit. Because it's a lizard, because it's cold-blooded, it's much easier for them to do Frankenstein shit than it is for us. Reptilians are addicted to the material world and the sensations it offers. They have no desire to advance to a higher frequency. And they have hid our divinity from us, or tried to, in more than one ways, some of which were cutting down the magical trees that used to cover the earth, and by spraying heavy metals to make sure the conductivity of the ground prevents us from connecting with the earth's powerful ions. So if you're in a city environment, I encourage you to get a grounding mat. If you're in a more natural area, start walking barefoot on dry, non-conductive soil. Now, the natural reptilian pupil is not round, it's a slit. Their natural form includes scales as well, and in many photos and videos, glitches have been reported and stacked up. Humans do not have vertical slits, and cannot. Now, some of these glitches have been found in the following people: John D. Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, George Bush Sr., George Bush Jr., Al Gore, Colin Powell, John Ashcroft, Donald Rumsfeld, John Kerry, John McCain, and the list goes on. You can research it yourself. Now, looking at many of these people side by side, you can extract many similarities between them. Pointy ears, pointy nose, slightly long faces, you get it. Donald Marshall is a whistleblower who talks extensively about these reptilian beings that infiltrate our government. And he talks about them reproducing using cloning. David Icke, as you might already know, he goes way in depth in this topic, so please check him out. Many others have come out and believe these reptilians to be extraterrestrials. Now, they're still operating under the fact that Earth is in space and a sphere. So space and aliens do not exist, but that's a separate video, and if you're impatient, you can start with Eric Dubé's research. He has a great YouTube channel. And lots of miscellaneous YouTubers have come out with their strange reptilian experiences. These people are not insane. They're coming out with the truth. And what do? We ridicule them, we point fingers, because unless I can't see it, it's not there. The allegory of the cave by Plato could be applied here. Once we start looking past the shadows of what we believe to be real, we can start viewing the world around us with more scrutiny and interest. Like the allegory, many who are uninformed will resist, since the cave and its shadows is all you'll ever know. Please look it up if you failed college philosophy. I will now talk about the interesting stuff, the Moon and Saturn. The black cube is the symbol for Saturn. Symbols have been used since the dawn of man to represent energy. Anyone who's in the occult knows this. In Enochian magic, the cube of Saturn is depicted in the center with paths called aethers, and each corner faces the 4 cardinal directions. The Kaaba in Mecca, which is a black cube, also faces all 4 cardinal directions. When Jewish people put the tefillin on their head, also a black cube, this is directing energy towards Saturn. We find the black cube around the world. This projects energy And in Latin, Saturn is Satan. Cubes do not exist in nature, obviously. They are a representation of Saturn, always. The cross, the Christian cross, the cross unfolded becomes a cube. So the moon is an energetic implant, a big one. It's not natural to our divine world. Reptilian beings placed it there, and all of the energy going towards Saturn is bouncing off of the moon to broadcast square waves on all of us. These waves are further locking us into this energetic matrix and preventing us from being aware and conscious. There's a lot of people online discussing this, so just look up Saturn Moon Matrix and you'll find plenty of information. I'm going to stop there. Very big ideas, I know, and I want to encourage all of you to use your discernment when you're looking up sources. They've intentionally muddied the waters with propaganda and half-truths and disinformation, so we never find the actual truth. So I think I've simplified this enough and given enough starting points for you guys to look up, so peace be with you all. I love you.